Hi, hello everybody. Welcome to our Bowdabra Facebook Live. I'm Sandy Sandler, and I was looking to see if Vivi was joining me, my dog, but I think she left already. So I wanted to welcome you all, and we are going to make some fun bows. So I had some requests to show how to do the floral loop in the bow. So I'm going to definitely show you that. So let's get started. So,
hi, Terry.
Hi, Terry. Terry's my faithful. I think I saw you're in Arizona. Are you in Arizona now, Terry? So she posted a gorgeous picture this morning. And I'm actually going to see Terry because I'm going to Arizona this weekend for the Hobby Association, which is Creativation. And I'm going to try to do some Facebook Lives from there because it's the biggest show in the industry. And I think you guys are going to love some of the stuff that I'll see there. So now I'm going to, just in case you're not 100% familiar with the Bowdabra, I'll give a quick recap. Bowdabra is our bow maker, and we have our towers here. And underneath here, we actually have springs. So it's automatically going to adapt to whatever I put into it. So you can put a pretty lot of stuff in there. So the next thing that I'm going to do is take my Bowdabra bow wire. What's so awesome about our wire is it's very thin. You can cut it with scissors, but it's really, really strong. And that's so important, especially if you're tying off a big bow. So now I'm folding my wire in half, and I'm just going to lay it down into the Bowdabra, and I'm just tucking the ends underneath my Bowdabra. So now, like I said, I had requests for how to do the floral loop. So I took this really, really pretty plaid ribbon, and I'm just going to twist it and put it down into the Bowdabra. And this actually is the same on both sides, so I don't have to twist it. I could just put it into the Bowdabra and fold back, but sometimes I actually will twist a ribbon even if it's the same on both sides, because the twist, I think, makes it shape better. So I'm just going to fold this back and twist. Do the same thing again. I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to twist. And then, to make my little, florists call it a floral loop, which is the little loop in the center, I'm just going to make a loop that's about half or a third of the size of my other loops. Then I'm going to take my Bowdabra wand, and I'm just going to scrunch everything down. And I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, and I'm going to pull my ends, which I seem to have lost one of my ends. I'm not sure what happened there. I love live video. Oh, okay. This is weird. Well, anyway, let's kind of feed this through. Okay, it got shorter. So we'll push that in there. I'm going to just feed the wire through here, because sometimes you forget even to put the wire in. So my wire's coming through here. So that's a trick. If you forget to put your wire in the Bowdabra, you can just feed it through. So now I'm going to take my loop, and I have a slip knot. So I'm going to just pull this through the slip knot, pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. I'm going to separate my ends, bring them around to the back. And this is the other cool thing with the Bowdabra bow wire. So you can just tie a knot, which is really nice. It's easier than the regular floral wire. So now what I'll do is take my little center loop, and that becomes my floral loop. So now I have my two. So how absolutely simple and pretty is this? So now we'll go on to our next bow. I'm going to put this one aside. And I had another question that I was asked, is because I have a tendency to not use tails a lot of the time in my bows. So Vivi is now bothering Jill. It's so funny. So now I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire. I'm going to fold it in half and make sure that it's long enough that now I tuck the ends underneath. And to do my tails, I'm going to use two different ribbons here. So I'm just going to fold them in half And I'm gonna do just a little mountain here in the middle and scrunch that down.
Well, thanks for the thumbs up, guys, and thanks for tagging us in a Facebook post.
Thank you, and thank you for sharing. Anybody you guys want to share with, I would really appreciate it. So please share with your friends.
Crystal says, hi, Sandy.
Hi, Crystal. Hopefully it's getting warmer where you guys are. So now I have my tails here, and what I love about putting the tails in first is you don't have to worry about measuring for them. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this ribbon on top here, and I'm just going to twist it. I'm going to fold it back and fold it over, twist, and I'm doubling the ribbon here, which is really easy to do in the Bowdabra because the Bowdabra holds everything because the springs keep it tight. So now I'm just going to fold it back and fold it back over this way and twist and scrunch. So it's basically the same thing as we do on all of our bows that are a two-sided ribbon, so that this way we keep the wrong side on the inside. So I'm just gonna fold it back. And
Jeannie Adams says, hi, Sandy.
Hi, excuse me, hi, Jeannie. I hope everybody had a nice Martin Luther King Day today.
Was that today?
Yes, it was today. An amazing man, I'll tell ya. Very brave. So, and then I have a little extra of this. So I think what I'm gonna do is just make another little bow in the middle with just the burlap. And I don't have enough to do that, so we'll cut that there. And if I wanted, I could actually take a flower and finish it off with a flower. So you're seeing how much stuff we're actually fitting into the Bowdabra. And the springs are holding it all together. So now I'm just gonna scrunch down here and take my wire. And now I have a slip knot, and I'm just gonna pull the two ends through my slip knot. I'm gonna hold my bow really tight in the Bowdabra. Then I'm gonna kind of pull it out, separate the ends, and bring it around to the back. And I'm gonna tie it here. And because it's so thick, I'm gonna just kind of shape it a little bit before I tie it off. Okay, so now I can tie a knot and tie it off. And just cut the ends here. And I'm going to just position my flower in the middle. And I'm going to shape my bow by just kind of pulling it in opposite directions. And I want to pull these apart here a little bit to give it sort of a little bit more depth and texture, since I did use two ribbons. And now you have a really pretty bow. So the next bow that I'm gonna make is I'm gonna take my mini Bowdabra and we're gonna make a card. So, oh, this is actually trash here. So what I've done here with this card is I've already taken the black cardstock, and on top of the black cardstock, I've taken some of our gold scrunchy ribbon, which is really easy because it just cuts right to the size of it, and then you can just use double-sided tape or glue dots. And then a piece of scrapbook paper cut just a little bit smaller so that the gold shows and it kind of plays off of each other. Then what I'm going to do is kind of make a little scrunchy bow. So I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire and cut a piece of that, and I'm going to fold it in half and lay it down into my mini Bowdabra. And mini Bowdabra basically works exactly like the big Bowdabra, it's just mini. So you still have your springs and it's still going to adapt to what I put into it. So here, I'm just going to make a little scrunchy bow. And I just cut these little pieces, these little pieces of scrunch. And as I continue, you'll see why we cut those. So I'll put a couple of those in, then I'm gonna add another little scrunchy bow. And we just cut these strips from our scrunchy ribbon. And now I'm gonna lay in some more of the little thin strips. And they keep wanting to stick to me. And now I'm going to put another scrunchie and just scrunch this down here. And then I'm going to take my Bowdabra wand and scrunch everything in. Then take my loop, pull the two ends through the slip knot, pull it really tight.
Ooh, there comes the hearts.
Separate, thank you, I love that. Separate the ends and now tie a knot. And I'm going to tie another knot just for good measure. And I'm going to cut this a little bit shorter.
One.
And put that there. And now I'm going to just take a glue dot and kind of stick the glue dot down. And then take my it's actually a flame, and I'm going to put that down here. Now I'm going to take this little piece of ribbon here and then take one more glue dot, and actually I have one here. I thought I had another one there, I guess not. So take this glue dot here, and these glue dots are great, but sometimes they're temperamental. So I like them better when they're on the roll. I'm gonna actually grab one of these here. Might be a little bit easier. So I'll take another glue dot, put that right here, and you have a candle with a flame on the top. So it's a cute little card. So really, really simple, easy card to make. And I know I'd love receiving it. So the next thing that I'm gonna make, also you guys, please, next week, I hope, we're gonna devote to flowers with Bowdabra. But we have like football season ending, so we have the Super Bowl coming up. So I don't know if you want me to do cheer bows or things like that. Just please let me know. And I try to look at what you guys want and definitely adhere to it. And I know someone requested that I do flowers this week, but I'm gonna have to wait till next week. But I do promise we'll show you how to make some flowers with Bowdabra. It's gonna be really, really fun.
Yeah, Terry, it could also be a firework if you kind of swapped out the colors a little bit. It kind of looks that way, huh?
It's a rainbow firework. So now I'm going to make a spiky, and just to in case you haven't seen it, I'm folding my Bowdabra bow wire in half and laying it down into my mini Bowdabra. And the Bowdabra is going to move automatically as I put stuff into it. So what we're going to do now is make a really pretty spiky hair bow. And I love spiky hair bows, and especially because they're so simple to do in the Bowdabra. So I've already dovetailed all my ends, but I'm just going to show you, in case you don't know, how to dovetail. So I'm going to fold my ribbon in half, and I'm going to cut from the corner into the fold. Let's just do a little one there. Or you can cut from the fold out to the corner, whichever way you like better. So I'm starting with my wider ribbon. I'm just going to put a little kind of a mountain up in the middle. The reason that I do that, let's get that even. The reason that I do that is because it allows me to shape the bow so I don't have to sew. Next thing that I'm going to do is take my next piece of ribbon, which I've already dovetailed, and just scrunch that down into the mini Bowdabra. And I'm just working from big to small. Put that here. I need this one here. And again, I'm doing my little mountain in the middle and scrunching that in. And then taking this, and this ribbon is actually, I've got all of this ribbon from Michael's in their Everyday Create It section, which has some really pretty. So I just love how this has the little rhinestones on the grosgrain ribbon. And I love to mix and match different ribbons because I just think it adds more texture and fun. Plus, you could even use scraps. Don't know if you hear, we have an airplane going over.
No, Crystal was just saying you can use scraps and waste nothing.
Exactly.
And Janet Reed says you're making it look so easy.
Oh no, it is easy. It is so easy. That's what's so awesome about it. Whoops, nah, block that out. So now, I'm just gonna scrunch my bow down. Then I'm gonna take my Bowdabra bow wire and I'm going to pull this through here, hold my bow in place, and just pull it really tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. I'm gonna separate my ends, and see, I'm not doing anything. It's already together. And then I'm gonna bring it around to the back, and I'm going to just tie it onto my ponytail holder. So this is just super, super, super simple, which I love. So it has to be Sandy simple. So I'm gonna knot it. So now you have your ponytail holder, and I'm just going to cut that here. And then I'm gonna take this charm and put that right in the middle with, it's already got a glue dot on it, but you could use hot glue as well. I just don't have the hot glue set up today. So I'm just going to separate the ends and kind of just move them around.
So Jules says, easy peasy, you guys. Even a novice can make a gorgeous bow with these detailed instructions.
Oh gosh, I'll tell you, it's really funny. So now look, isn't that pretty? And so simple. So, and that's why really I always included a DVD or video with Bowdabra, because I felt like I needed step-by-step how-to instructions. Now it's so awesome with the internet because I can do these Facebook Lives and you can watch my YouTube videos or go to Facebook or even go to bowdabrablog.com where our designers and me have awesome projects. And let me tell you, our Bowdabra designers are the most talented ladies. They are awesome.
You're getting flooded with hearts right now.
Well, they are. I love them. I'm so fortunate to have the design team that I do. I can't even, I'm blessed.
Thank you, Crystal, for pinning that.
So now, what did she pin?
Something off the feed.
Oh, that's the problem, you guys. I want to apologize because I'm working on figuring this all out, but we can't always see the comments you make because it goes by so fast. And I'm not seeing them when I'm sitting here, but I do go back and read them. So please ask me any questions or anything that you want because I really appreciate your taking the time out of your day to be with me. So it means a lot to me.
She said, you got it.
So now I'm going to take my big Bowdabra, and actually I'm going to take some silver wire. And also, just in case you're interested, we do have these in our store, the 100-yard rolls of silver and gold, and we have this scrunch ribbon, which I'm so excited about. So now I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, fold it in half, and lay it down into my Bowdabra. And just like the mini Bowdabra, the Bowdabra has springs underneath here, so it's automatically going to adapt to whatever I put into it. So now I'm going to make a really fun tassel. And what I love about this is you can pretty much just take any materials you have laying around that you want to implement. And I love the different textures and fabrics. So I'm going to just lay my tassel in here, and my fabric in there. Lay some of my pink, and I have this really pretty kind of like a sheer fabric, and then I have these little I don't even know, they're just velvet something or others. So all of you hoarders out there, this is going to be your absolute favorite project. So now I'm just going to keep layering stuff in here and lay that down in there. And then I have this really pretty sort of white shimmery yarn, and lay that down. And then I love these roses to just kind of really add the texture. And then I'm just going to lay, I'm making like a zipper pull, so I'm just going to lay that down in here, and I've attached a piece of Bowdabra bow wire to it, so it's really easy to just lay down into the Bowdabra. So now I will take my Bowdabra wand, scrunch it down, and now I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, I'm going to pull these two ends through my slip knot, hold my bow, down in the Bowdabra, pull it really tightly, pull it out, separate the ends, and bring it around to the back. And tie a knot. And let's knot that one more time. And now I'm just going to cut my wire here. And cut this wire up here. And now you have a really adorable zipper pull. Not fun? What young lady wouldn't love that for her backpack or purse? So, and you can use any materials that you have laying around to make the pull. So it's really fun.
Crystal says, ooh, that gives that a cool style that I... And then the comment's gone.
Oh gosh, well thank you. Oh goodness gracious. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is show you, I picked this up and I just thought it was so beautiful at Michael's, and I'm just going to share this really simple but pretty bow. Now this is, it's a jute mesh, and it, like, you can't smell it, but it really smells like burlap, so it's really got that rustic feel. And I just bought, this bouquet came all together, and I just thought that matched so well, so I have to make a bow with it. So now I'm going to take a pretty big piece of my Bowdabra bow wire, because this is going to be a big bow. And I'm just going to fold it in half, lay it into my Bowdabra, and tuck it underneath so it stays out of the way. Then I'm just going to take my jute and just scrunch that into my Bowdabra. And then fold it back.
Well, Vicki, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Vicki. Thank you for joining us. And so next week, I'll tell you guys all about what I see at Creativation, which is the big trade show. And I don't know, are any of you going to be there? I would love to see you if you're going to actually be at the show in Phoenix. So now I'm going to just keep scrunching this end, and anybody who's worked with mesh knows that it is not the most fun material to work with, but I love it because it's really inexpensive and it looks so cool.
Oh, Terry will be there.
Awesome, Terry. We're going to have to meet up. So fold this back and scrunch it all in. And I'm looking forward to seeing the new products. It's my favorite thing to do when I get to a trade show is walk through and see the new product section. So now I'm just going to take this and make one more loop, kind of hold this because the mesh does want to pop out. And I'm just going to scrunch this all in here. And I'm actually going to make this loop probably a little bit smaller so that this one can be a little bigger. Scrunch it all down. And then I'm going to take my bouquet and I'm just going to lay my bouquet right into my Bowdabra. And you can see there is a lot of stuff in here, but the springs are actually holding it all together. So I'm just going to turn it here And I'm going to take, now when you have a whole bunch of stuff, the towers sometimes will mush together, but it's not a big deal. You just kind of separate them a little bit and then they're fine. So now I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire, and I just think this would be such a pretty like chair bow for kind of a rustic wedding. And I'm going to pull this through, and you have my slip knot. Pull it really tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. I'm going to pull it out. And I mean, you can see I'm not struggling with this, which makes it so amazing. It's like the easiest thing. So I'm just going to flip it over and bring my wire around to the back. And I'm going to tie it, and then I'm going to knot it. And I'm going to leave this because I might tie it onto like onto a chair or something with that. And then now I'm going to just kind of move my flowers like this. And I'm now, because these are wired, I can shape my flowers the way that I want in my bow. So I can kind of adapt the bouquet for the flat surface versus to be held in your hand. So isn't that like so pretty and so simple to make?
Different and unique styles that are not normally seen in retail stores. Custom high-end bows at affordable. Thank you, Crystal.
Thank you, Crystal. It totally is. And that's what's so fun is, I mean, this bow was really probably just a couple dollars, but it would sell for probably $30 or $40. So, which I love.
And it looks fabulous.
So you can just see, and it would be really pretty on your door for spring, or again, it makes a perfect chair bow, or even like a centerpiece. Absolutely. So, really pretty. So now, I'm going to just use some of our, since Valentine's Day is sort of coming up soon, oh my gosh, I can't even believe it. And Mom, what I'm going to do is make a fun, scrunchy Valentine's Day bow. So I'm going to take some of my scrunch ribbon and just cut some. And I'm using the silver and the red. So I'm going to take some red and cut this. And take some more red. And I'm going to make a I'm going to sandwich the silver in between the red. So I'm going to take some of my silver Bowdabra bow wire. And I'm going to fold it in half. And just lay that down into my Bowdabra. And I'm just going to tuck the ends underneath. And first thing I'm going to do is take my red scrunch ribbon, and I'm just going to center it and scrunch it down, which is why we call it scrunchy ribbon, because all you're doing is scrunching it. Now I'll take my silver scrunchy ribbon and just scrunch that down. And I'll take my Bowdabra wand and really give it a scrunch. And then I'm going to take my red and scrunch it in there.
Lady says, love Valentine's, and my birthday is the day after, and I've been working on some Valentine bows.
Oh, awesome. Are they for young ladies? Are they hair bows or regular bows? So now I'm going to take my Bowdabra bow wire. I'm going to pull the two ends through, hold my bow tight, and pull it tight while it's still in the Bowdabra. Pull my bow out, separate the ends, bring it around to the back, and I'm going to tie a knot.
She says both.
Oh, okay.
And
And now you can leave it flat, or you can kind of scrunch it out so it's sort of like a pom-pom. And you can also make these for your football party for cheering. They're like cheerleader bows. So we're coming to a close for our Facebook Live tonight. Again, please, please, please email me and let me know, or Facebook me, and let me know what you'd like to see. Next week, we're going to do two things. I'm going to recap the trade show, which I'm so excited to go to. And I'm also going to make flowers and anything else you guys want me to do. Well, almost anything else. So thanks again so much for being here and spending your time with me. And I'll see you next week at 4 p.m. or 7 p.m. depending on where in the country you are on Facebook Live. Bye.